I have made some terrible financial decisions over the years. Now, terrible is relative. I didn't do anything like leasing a brand new Mercedes I couldn't afford or spending tens of thousands of dollars on controlled substances. However, I'll hold my hands up and admit that my money habits have been pretty poor. I sold some investments a few years ago to keep myself afloat during the event that must not be named. I spent far too much money on Uber Eats when I lived in London in 2023 and 2024. At one point in my early 20s, I was renting 3 apartments at once because I moved out of one place after an argument with my ex, and my next place wasn't ready until a few weeks later, so I had to get an Airbnb in the meantime. But hey, this isn't a therapy session, so let's get into my plan to myself financially before December 31st of this year. Plan 1, this YouTube channel. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for years. The reason I didn't? Well, I could come up with some reasons to make myself feel better, but all of them would be redundant. But I don't have a good enough camera. You have an iPhone 15 Pro. You have a good enough camera. But I don't have good enough lighting. Go into one of the hundreds of phone shops where you live and buy a ring light like all the influencers have. But nobody's interested in what I have to say. My dear boy, there are 8.5 billion people on God's green earth. Probability dictates that somebody will be interested in something you have to say at some point. But. No further questions, your witness. Making YouTube videos takes a lot of work, and very few people have overnight success with it. But I'm not diving into this under any illusion that it's a get-rich-quick scheme. A couple of weeks ago, I was watching one of Alex Hormozi's videos titled, How to Grow an Audience If You Have 0 Followers. I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something to the effect of, people are making content thinking they're gonna blow up in 90 days. The reality is, in your first year of making content, you're still practicing. You're figuring out your writing style, you're working on your presentation, you're refining the entertainment of your videos if that's one of the components. I'm not posting videos with the goal of hitting 1 million subscribers in my first month because I have no control over that. I'm making videos with the goal of consistent output, which will lead to consistent improvement. Of course, I'm thinking about consistent monetization through the YouTube Partner Program, but again, I have no control over that. All I can do is add fuel to the YouTube fire and let the financial chips fall where they may. And I don't want to rely solely on this YouTube channel to hit my $10,000 a month target. Ad revenue varies widely depending on the content someone makes, and I can't predict what my CPM will be, if and when I do get monetized. For those who may not know, CPM stands for cost per mille, and in this case, it means the amount of money YouTube charges advertisers for 1,000 views on one ad. Plan 2, another YouTube channel. There's something I haven't brought up in any of the 10K speedrun shorts I've been posting. I'm a musician. That's my real job. I've released over 100 songs of my own. I've worked on albums for well-known artists in multiple countries, and for the best part of a decade, I was in charge of an independent record label. That means I know a thing or two about monetizing intellectual property. I wasn't sure about mentioning this on this channel because I didn't think it was relevant. 10K Speedrun is about building new revenue streams in public, not discussing the ones I already have. But I thought of a way to make my background in music part of my plan. I want to start another YouTube channel focused on rights management for artists. There are so many things you have to do to make sure you get paid from your music, but there are not many places to find out what those things are. My plan is to make a catalogue of videos serving as a one-stop shop for everything you need to know when you release music independently, something I wish I had when I started. This is a tentative plan I may not end up following because I don't want a second YouTube channel to take up time I would otherwise spend building the 10K Speedrun channel. Just this year, in the first couple of weeks of January, I dipped my toe into running 2 channels at once with a short-lived venture called 4Second Finance. It was a clipping channel, taking content from popular personal finance creators and cutting it into 20 or 30-second chunks. I thought about stopping the clipping and replacing it with my own personal finance content, but there was a problem with that. Even though I have extensive knowledge in this area, owing to my many years of watching people like Dave Ramsey and Graham Stephan, I myself am not rich. Clearly, that's the reason I started 10K Speedrun after all. So why should anybody listen to what I have to say on the subject of money? Like the great Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation said,
never half two things. Whole one thing.
I don't want to pull myself in too many directions at once. That will just degrade the quality of the work I'm doing here and in my other life as an artist. Plan 3, a book. I won't go into specifics because I'm trying not to give my ideas away, but a while ago, a friend of mine gave me an idea for a book. It was an idea I don't think I could have executed at the time for lack of experience, but I'm older and wiser now, and I feel a pull towards my word processing software.
Words on the printed page. Thank you, Steve Gutenberg, right?
This book would fall into the self-help category. I know, the path from content creator to self-help book is well trodden, and I don't have an audience anywhere near large enough to justify writing one. But my primary motivation for writing a book is to prove I can. To take a big, meaty task, tackle it in chunks over a few months, then step back to marvel at my creation. I'm starting all these projects with the hope that they will turn a profit at some stage. However, hope is not a strategy, and many people have tried ideas like mine without success. As I mentioned in part 1 of this video, I'm focusing on what I can control, which is not the amount of money I'm making, but the caliber of the work I'm doing. I have the luxury of time on my side, even though someone called me unk in a comment a couple of weeks ago. I'm 27 now, so I'm not a teenager, but I'm still pretty young.
You got time, baby.
I'm confident that if I concentrate on making high quality videos and posting them on a regular basis, my life will look very different by the end of this year. And even if December comes around and nothing has changed for me in terms of audience size, I'll have the satisfaction of a job well done. This channel is called 10K Speedrun to give me a star to shoot for, to push the limits of my work ethic and see how fast I can grow a personal brand. But asking how long is a speedrun is like asking how long is a piece of string. It might take me 6 months to hit $10,000 a month in recurring revenue. It might take me a year. It might take me 6 years. I really hope it doesn't take me 6 years. Whatever the case, with every short I post, with every video I script, and with every book that may or may not come to fruition, I feel the joy of having made something out of nothing. As a side effect of filming and writing on a regular basis, I'm building an archive of my brain, taking daily snapshots of feelings and thoughts to look back on as time goes by. Thank you for watching. I'm going to do the classic YouTuber thing of asking you to leave a like if you liked this video, to leave a comment if you wish to add one, and to subscribe if you want to follow my 10K speedrun journey. See you next time.